I'm happy to say I've never been hungry enough to consider eating whatever this is. Rest in peace. Looks like Squint was having a bad day. Survived getting shot just to be stabbed to death. But who did it?
At long last, I'll fix what that old ape lover Francis did to you.
Hark! Get away from the... Oh, thank the gods. I thought you were another monster.
Sidney Stokes, I presume.
Aye, that's right. Do I know you?
Don't think so. I'm here about Herbert Glover. I believe you know him. Or, should I say, knew him.
Okay.
Nice trick with the wall. How'd you manage it?
It wasn't me. She put the wall there with some kind of hocus-pocus.
You said she put the wall here. Who is she?
She's our employer. I don't know her name or anything. She promised us a good payout for a simple job. And I fell for it like a chump.
What did she hire you to do?
The job seemed simple enough. Go to the collector's house, grab some fancy mirror, and then hoof it out of there.
So where's this fancy mirror now?
She took it. When me and Phil met her with the goods, they got into a big blowout and she shivved him. Okay, what am I to do now? Phil was the idea guy, I'm just a sap.
Come on, paint me a picture. What did this woman look like?
She was tall and thin, very thin, just skin and bones. Mean like a rattlesnake. That's all I can remember. I didn't look too close at her.
Were you hired to kill the collector, too? Or was that just for laughs?
I swear to, okay? It wasn't part of the plan. It was an accident. The guy started shooting at us, and I panicked.
You panicked? Really? That's your excuse?
Please, SK is my witness. I didn't mean to kill anyone. I'll give you everything. I have. Just let me walk.
Look, you might be a sap, but at least you're an honest sap. I'll look the other way, but you better get scarce, and fast.
Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver. You won't see me again, I swear. Here, take this. Thanks again. What do you want?
I've looked into your delicate matter.
Excellent. Don't spare me any details.
Glover's dead. He was killed by a man named Sidney Stokes, who happened to be robbing his place. He wasn't working alone. He had a partner, Phil O'Connell. Didn't end up much better. All over some kind of mirror, apparently.
Truck. Where is the mirror now?
Their employer has it. Some mystery woman. I didn't get her name, but she obviously wasn't fooling around.
I see. So, my enigmatic competitor has finally shown her hand. And the thieves are both dead, you say?
Their employer decided to bump them off. Now, I hope that's not standard business practice in these parts.
You've proven to be far more valuable to me alive than dead, Mr. Reed. You have nothing to worry about in that regard.
All right, I've held up my end of the bargain. Now, it's your turn.
Of course, Mr. Reed. Here's your payment. Now that you know everything, would you accept the second part of the job?
Let me guess. You want me to track down the mirror?
Yes, and the one who so rudely snatched it from my grasp.
I'm on it. Only got one lead, though. Our culprit had a bone to pick with someone named Francis. Mean anything to you?
Ah, yes. That is without doubt my father, Francis Throgmorton. May rest his soul.
What's he got to do with this?
I found mention of the mirror in his records. That's what led me to take interest.
You mentioned your father left records. Mind if I take a gander at them?
The prospect of you rifling through my father's possessions does not fill me with joy, Mr. Reed. But if that's what you need, so be it. Take this key.
Kid looks a little familiar. $1891 must have been a busy year for Francis. Curious craftsmanship. These must be worth a fortune. Seems an ambitious expedition. Like father, like son. Your father led an expedition back in 1891. Do you know anything about it?
I'm not the best person to ask, I'm afraid. I was a babe in arms back then, and my father never made his findings public. It is a great shame, of course. His work would have turned the science of evolution on its head.
Yeah, I can see that. I had some questions about Bethany.
I beg your pardon. I don't believe I know anyone of that name.
Well, it came up during the investigation. See, your father divorced, and his ex-wife's name was Bethany.
Say no more. It is beyond my earliest memories. But even if it weren't, my father's business is his own. I shall not engage in gossip.
Have a good day. The mortician has touched him up well.